Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chris from Dreamedia. Got a brand episode for you today. Today's video is going to be all about the RS2000. What is it? Why is it great? And should you guys be excited about it? I'm super excited about it. I've had it in the house since December. I've been messing with it, playing a lot of different source material. It is an amazing projector. I'm going to tell you guys all about the features and I'll go over everything and I'll do it right after the intro. Okay, so let's talk about some quick specs. With the RS2000, you get the liquid crystal over silicon type of reflective devices, and you're going to be able to get that with 3 of these 0.69 D-ILA devices. So now with that, you're going to be able to get the full native 4K resolution on there, which is going to be the 4096 by 2160, giving you that full 8.8 million pixels. And to be honest, I've really noticed a huge difference in between the sharpness and compared to a lot of other projectors that I've seen. Now I think that's one of the key features with this one is the overall sharpness that you're going to be getting from this native 4K projector. Additionally, you're going to have 4,500 advertised lamp hours out of this thing until it goes to 50% brightness. So now, highly recommend grabbing an additional lamp down the road. Typically on my type of use, this is kind of like my TV. So I use a projector and a screen for my, just family room. So with a traditional viewing experience like that, you're probably looking at buying a lamp either every 1 or 2 years. But typically I don't necessarily go to the full amount of recommended hours. So I basically replace those pretty much every year just to make sure that I get the best picture. Another great thing about this one, 80,000 to 1 contrast ratio that's native, and then additionally it goes up to 800,000 to 1, which is just incredible. Typically on those dynamic contrast ratios, you'll have really inflated numbers, like a really high number, like over 500,000. Some of them get over 1 million. But to be honest, this one, I could definitely see that it has an amazing color recreation on there. So on the back, you're gonna get 2 HDMI ports, HDCP 2.2. As of right now, they don't have 2.3 just yet. Maybe in the following years, they'll actually upgrade these to 2.3, but just not yet. Another thing you'll notice is that these are full 18 gigabit bandwidth HDMI ports. And that's really good, especially to use this thing at its full potential. On the back, again, you'll have a 12 volt trigger. You'll have a 3D sync for your 3D glasses, legacy RS232 control, and you'll have a LAN input RJ45. So overall, this thing weighs 44 pounds, and it is 19 3/4 by 9 4 by 19 1/2 on its dimensions. So the first thing I noticed whenever I took this thing out of the box is that it's big, it's beefy, it really just exudes being a professional unit, and there is no mistaking that, to be honest. It's big, it's hefty, and it has a really good build quality to it. So besides being well put together, this unit actually works. It works amazingly, especially if you're going to be paying the high price of the RS2000, also known as the NX7. Again, price is relative. It may be affordable in someone's budget, or it may be astronomical in someone else's. So once you get this thing out of the box and hooked up, you'll notice that this JVC gives you amazing performance, amazing sharpness, and amazing color recreation. I really have been impressed, especially since the very first time I've turned it on. I was just mind blown how good the image looks. And to be honest, I didn't get this experience whenever I've seen this one versus Sony or Epson in a couple different environments to where they're all in the same room. I don't think that those places necessarily pay attention to either the calibration or the lamp hours on their units, because seeing it in person, especially in my space with my screen, it's just been an incredible experience, and I would highly recommend that you guys check one of these out in person so that you can make up your own minds, especially on something that's this expensive, because to be honest, MSRP on this thing is a little bit high for a lot of people's budgets, so that they're really hesitant to actually reach out to someone and see if they can talk to someone about price on these things, because it's not cheap. So personally, if I were going to go out and spend my money on one of these, I would be very pleased with the image and the overall performance that you get out of this unit. There's a lot of different features that people don't necessarily know about with this one. So you get the lens memory, you get the lens shift, you get the color filter, and you also get the auto tone mapping update feature. And that's in addition to all the rest of the stuff that this amazing projector has going on with it. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with what lens memory is, but if you guys don't like black bars whenever you're watching TV on the top and bottom of a movie, then you'll be able to get rid of that, especially if you buy a big screen like the 2.35 or 2.40 screen. Now, it'll be able to fill up that entire image, and then one button press later, so if you want to go back to watching Friends on your Apple TV, you can just press it and then it'll basically shrink on back down, and then you'll have black bars on the side. So now you'll be able to fill it up with a movie, but then you'll have black bars watching TV. So some people are inverse of that. They have a 16:9 screen and they are more than happy with having black bars at the top and bottom. I'm slowly warming up to it, but just right now I really like watching movies without those black bars on it. But overall, just in talking about in general performance, on a 16:9 platform, you'll be able to get a bigger screen in your space versus getting a 2.35 screen. So that's just one thing to note. Besides that, I've been super impressed with the JVC RS2000. I have just really loved having this thing in the house for the past couple of months. Well, it's not a couple months, it's been almost half the year now. But it is a really great contender, and to be honest, at this price point, it's still a reach for a lot of people, but I think the overall performance that you're gonna get out of it is just really incredible. Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap this video up. So the best things I like about the JVC RS2000 are gonna be the color filter in there. I would highly recommend leaving that on if you're gonna be watching a movie, and if you're watching TV, you can go ahead and flip it off. The only downside to having the color filter on is that you get the increased ability of the color space with the full 100% DCI P3 color space, but you get an overall dimmer image. So if you have this in kind of like a cave-like environment, it's not necessarily a big deal. But if you're going to be using this in your family room, you might want to go ahead and leave it off because you want to have those lumens to actually project onto your screen, or you either get a high gain screen. Another great thing I really like is the sharpness on this one. The sharpness is just incredible. I've compared it to my Epson, and there is validity to the sharpness that you'll have from an Epson going to the JVC. I don't necessarily think that it's the biggest thing having a 4K versus a full native 4K. I think that overall, just in general, if you're gonna be spending the money, you're gonna get more performance. But that just comes with projectors to a certain point. And besides that, you get the auto tone mapping feature, and just right out of the box, this thing is an amazing performer. I would highly recommend this one to any of my friends, especially any of you guys out there looking for a JVC RS1000, 2000, 3000, or the 5, 7, and 9, as they are called, you know, basically in different regions as well. Okay, so the RS2000 gets my full stamp of approval, so if you guys want to buy one of these, highly recommend you give us a call, shoot us an email. We'll be happy to help you out. We'll be happy to talk about your room dimensions, your space, and we'll talk about your goals. But the only thing that we ask in return is that you guys buy from us whenever you're ready to make your decision. Besides that, highly recommend that you guys look out for your local businesses, your small businesses. We're a small business as well, and we really appreciate all the love and support you guys have given us over the past, weeks and months. As always, make sure you like, favorite, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.